Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Weekly Wisdom. It's been gone for 2 weeks. Traveling and giving a lot of learning a lot from out there. So it's going to be a pretty jam-packed session. Should be a lot of fun. Let's give it a few minutes as people jump in, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, let's give it a few minutes. Let me know if you guys can hear me and all that fun stuff. Okay. Okay, everybody can hear. That's good. That's good. Make sure I can see your questions. Hello, hello. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's get a few more minutes. Hopefully everyone's been having a good week. Market's been pretty nice. And hopefully everybody had a great weekend. It's been a hectic time. I was in Hong Kong for a week, which is pretty amazing. Got to speak at Consensus. Spoke with Anthony Scaramucci. That was a very cool experience. Um, then got invited to Mar-a-Lago by World Liberty Financial, and had a pretty amazing time over there talking with um, just an extraordinary amount of amazing people, CEOs, senators, founders, traders, investors, hedge fund managers. Pretty cool. They did a really good job with that, actually. It's funny, and then they started getting flooded with a lot of stuff like right after. I was like, what the hell? Interesting. Some of our lines from before are making a lot of sense. Ooh, maybe that was it. Maybe this was it. But we'll go through that. We'll go through all of that. Of course I shilled rec to this question. Did I shill rec to all of them? Of course I shilled rec to all of them. What do you think? You don't think I would shill rec to all of them? One of my favorite coins out there. All right, let's give it one more minute and then we can start. I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Maybe not. I don't know. Oh wow, viewers are picking up, picking up. All right. Let's uh, let's get started. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. So okay, we're gonna do this a little bit more structured from now on. So I'm gonna go through. So I have like a thing broken down. We're gonna go through overall market breakdown. Then we're gonna go through BTC, Bitcoin breakdown, then stocks, commodities. One by one. So try to have it a little bit more structured, so it's just not all kinds of just BS. I'll give you guys some good material. Okay. So yeah, let's just kind of get started. So obviously there's a lot, right? A lot going on in the market. Big macro sentiment shift change. We had President's State of the Union that obviously lean heavily onto economic optimism. But the underlying data, obviously still remains like a tug of war, right? We had CPI in January, which slowed to 2.4% year over year, beat expectations. I think the expectation was 2.5%. But the core CPI, which is if you take away So overall, the inflation CPI takes in everything from housing, rent, energy prices, gas prices, food. When you go to the grocery store, all those prices, airline prices. Core CPI is especially what the Fed looks at, which is it takes away oil, food, basically food and energy. It takes away because that's way too volatile and doesn't give you a good depiction of long term. Like if you have war or a quick attack, you'll see oil spike, but those usually come down pretty soon. So not a good depiction of long term inflation. So core CPI, unfortunately, has been sticky. It was 2.5%. Um, markets definitely pricing in a slow bleed disinflation narrative rather than a clean victory. I think we're seeing that all over. And then also we have, what was the impact from State of the Union? The focus was obviously a lot on domestic energy, stopping insider trading. Everything's shifted from, towards industrials, towards energy, while the Trump trade still continues to support a stronger dollar. It's created a lot of headwinds for high beta tech. You're seeing all this with China and Taiwan and so on, creating some issues with chips. Just something to be aware of. Stocks. Let's kind of just see what's been going on there. Stocks obviously. I have a chart here we can kind of take a look at as well. Um, Let me just okay. So stocks, you kind of seeing. We saw some. Let me just zoom in a little bit. We saw there's a. It's been interesting. Like this looks a little dangerous here, but we did see something like that too. Obviously, there's a big resistance level over here that it's kind of having a tough time breaking this like basically the 7K range. Expect I think people are taking it too intense, all these red drops. Like every time I've seen this red drop, I've seen a lot of people start saying that, hey, we're gonna see a big dump in the market. But then it kind of gets pulled back. I think what really matters is the capex of AI. You're seeing the Mag 7, the Google, Meta, so on, Nvidia putting in a lot of capex into AI products. We have more than 750 billion for just this year for capex. So I don't see a situation where there's a large stock correction unless something hits these AI companies. Obviously the larger tech companies, or some regulation passes or something China based. I don't see any big dump in the market, or maybe something macro like a big like black swan. I think most places that I've been, big hedge funds I've been talking to, fund managers, they actually think all these stocks like the Max 7 or like the AI tech stocks are cheap. Like they're loading up on Google. We've been very bullish on Google too. If you've been watching the stream or reading our newsletter, pretty amazing. I mean, I think like we were loading up Google in this range on stream not that long ago, and I think this is actually like, yeah, like I mean, look at the chart. I think Google's a great buy still. I like it for a long term position. Great exposure to tech, to AI. I don't think it's the way people are saying that we're going to see this massive. Like, what I think people just say that because stock market's up so much. But listen, I saw people saying from 2010 all the way to 2019 that the stock market was just too high, and it just kept going higher and higher and higher. And the only thing that brought it down was a black swan event like COVID. But that's not something you can predict. So you can't just say stock market is high because the prices are high. That means nothing, right? Just something to be cognizant of. A little break look at Bitcoin, and obviously all this stuff we're gonna go into much more depth. Monthly chart, honestly, this is what I was talking about last time. This monthly chart, if this thing turns green and we chop here for a bit and then push up, I think that could be a move. But just to give a little bit of short term breakdown, one of the things I've been looking at a lot is this range here. We've been trading this range in Weekly Wisdom quite a bit, and we've been doing really well. Especially like, so basically we've been longing anything in that 63K range. So like these daily closes, we longed all of that, and we're selling in the 68K range on top. So we've been like, it's been really nice. So that's this was the big thing, is a battle for 63K. You know, you could argue that, or some people could, is that Bitcoin is, still currently in a correction within a bull market. To me, it looks more like a bear market. I mean, it's moved more than 50%, but I could see that argument as well. Just given historically how Bitcoin has performed in bull markets, you could see a significant, a 40-50% retracement, and it still be considered a bull market. Obviously BTC is trading, within a descending bearish channel at the moment. Short-term momentum is capped by, the 50K the 50-day moving average. Like this area is kind of that needs to break out for me to see some real action or come back in here in this range over here, this channel. Definitely something to um, be interested in. I'm seeing a lot. We'll get to questions soon. Let me just go through all the breakdowns. Um, yeah, so the primary support here is that 62 to 63K range. Deep value dump. Like if you get some real issues, like we're talking like real issues, and this is that all-in level. Like we get to this 52 to 55K, it's going to take a lot. We wicked down a couple times into this channel, and then we bounced off. So as long as we're bouncing off this channel, I think still bullish from a technical standpoint, and at least that's my view. But if you do break this and get into this channel, I think 52 to 50K is that psychological floor. It's the August 2024 lows. The big pivot for me personally is breaking this range. So if we get a daily close, a couple daily closes, or start breaking out from this 70K range, I think we're gonna touch this 80K here. So I think that's gonna be, if you're a breakout trader, I think that'll be a good level. My view is this right now. So obviously, like I said, I'm a big 62 to 63K level buyer. I think this is one potential scenario here. I think what could happen is, you see this range here. What could happen is, now we kind of rejected, you could say here, right? Like we rejected a couple times in this range. I think what's possible is that we retest here, put like maybe 63.8, like around here, or we have one wick down, like on a 5 minute or 15 minute chart. We wick down, and then we're gonna break out. It is possible, because we saw some support here, that we could push back up. But it is possible that we could retest this. So I think if we get to 62 to 63K, like 63.8, I'll definitely put a stink bid there if we get there. Um, on the short term, it looks like it's just chopping up in this range. We could see a situation like this where, we just chopped, moved up, chopped, retested up, chopped, retested down. So it's possible we chop here, and then push back up and then break out. But I think the big fake out would be that come back down. People are going to be like, oh, we're going to 50K, we're going to 10K, nonsense like that. And then we wick up, and then we break out aggressively. I think it's possible. I don't know if it'll happen, because look, this moved so aggressively up. You rarely see breakouts on that. You want to see. Let's see if we can find something more historically of what I'm talking about. Um, I mean, this was just a break, but like, okay, like here. Oh yeah, this is a great part, right? This is great. So we're in this range here. It looks very similar. Oh, interesting. Looks kind of similar to the range we had there. So this is, yeah, like March, April, when we consolidated post trade war quite a bit. We could definitely like see, it was a hard wick up. Nope, rejected. Down, retest. Try, no, rejected. Retest. Try again. Everyone thinks, oh, this is it. We're gonna break out. Nope. Retest. Now everyone gives up, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna short, because we're gonna break out from the bottom, and we're gonna break down and hit new lows. Boom, up, fake out, up, boom, 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 and then up only. till we hit like I think like new highs back there. So I think we're gonna see something similar like this. Um, Now, it like I said, it is possible if we chop here a lot sideways. I think that's bullish and we'll break out because it won't give you a chance to buy lower. But if you do get lower, I think we'll see a fake out wick like around here, 62 to 63K. I'm gonna have bids from 63.8 and lower, and we'll kind of go from there. But this is, right now on the 4 hour, we're planting a little, weak bear hammer, you could say. So we could like kind of test around like maybe here again 65, but I don't see why we shouldn't test 63, like or at least like 65. Maybe 63.8. That'd be nice if we could get that entry. But yeah, that's kind of my like a little breakdown on Bitcoin right now. Positions. What else? What else? I wanted to go over. Let me make sure I go through all my pointers I have here before we start looking into more stuff. So stocks, metals, yeah, metals have been kind of picking up again. Gold obviously is making a big move. Silver, very bullish on silver. I think you'll see silver, like we're seeing this consolidation here in silver. I think silver moves soon, but you need see like look, gold put a great push yesterday. I think silver moves um once you see gold break out again, like gold is doing really well right now. Look, gold was here. We had that massive dump, quite a significant push up. We almost broke out over here to hit, like we could have hit a new high. So retest, nothing. It's just like what is that, $400 difference? It's nothing. It's peanuts in the grand scheme of things. I think this is building up to be another great. Like if this is another local bottom on gold, I mean we'll break out of 5400 next, which means we'll probably within a day or two of that, or maybe a little bit longer, we'll break out. Like I think we're gonna hit 108, 106 to 108 very soon. But I need gold to break 5400 pretty clean on that, and then I think it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, that's gonna be on that. What else? What else? What else do I have to go over before I open it up a little bit? Let's see. I think that's good. We can go through some stuff in weekly wisdom if you guys want to look at some of the calls from this past week. Let's do that. Let me switch over to that. Da, 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 da. I'm loving it. Okay, it's a little bit better. Okay. Let me see real quick. Da, 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 da. Okay. Oh yeah, let's go for some Iran war stuff. Why not? I think first of all, any volatility that comes with war stuff, especially when it's not locally bound, it's all a buying opportunity. I mean, look at Ukraine stuff. Look at all the Middle East stuff historically. They're all buying opportunities. Now, this one of the big concerns is obviously price of oil, because the Strait of Hormuz is been has been blocked. So you're seeing the spike up over here. Now, yes, you could see a scenario where this moves up, breaks out over here, pushes towards 100. Yeah. The problem with that is, yes, that will affect the stock market. You will see the stock market push lower. You're kind of seeing a little bit of that already. And reason being is, this is the idea is that if oil stays high for too long, what happens is that hits consumers, right? Consumers are going to be tapping into their free cash to pay for higher gas prices. That reduces consumers spending, that reduces consumer confidence, it increases short-term inflation, and that you'll have lower retail sales, less money for people to spend on things that grow the economy, and you'll see a push down in GDP. This is why price of oil being up too long is very harmful to the economy, because you'll see stock prices go down whenever you see big shocks in oil, especially sustained. If it's quick up and down, it doesn't matter as much. But if it's sustained for a long period of time, then yes, it will start hitting consumers, and then you'll see like a recession potentially get pushed in. So let's hope that this thing's resolved in the next like week or so. But if this sustains too long, and if we start approaching like $100 plus over the next like month or two, that will have a significant impact on worldwide economy, local American economy, because of consumer spending, consumer cash reducing. People are going to be, traveling less, going on vacations less, and that obviously affects GDP. So I think that's one of the things you have to really be on the watch for. I'm hoping all this Iran stuff is like just kind of quick, like band-aid rip off. But if this drags on quite a bit, and if oil prices keep spiking up, I think you could have a real black swan event that can impact all markets pretty aggressively. I don't think it's going to happen right now, but it is definitely something to worry about. And the best proxy for that will be just watching the price of oil and seeing how long it's sustained at higher levels. All right, let's see what else do I have to go over. Yeah, we can look at some stuff in Weekly Wisdom. So for people who don't know, this is my community. Weekly Wisdom. We have weekly, daily, monthly newsletters, macro stocks, crypto, metals, interest rates, housing. We talk about everything. Absolutely no brainer. We have a Telegram chat as well. This is one of our dashboards. You can see a lot of the calls that are in here. Our chats, highlights in the chats. We have a lot of prediction market stuff that's coming as well soon. Okay, let's go through this past week's. But we're gonna have a newsletter tomorrow. But this is this past week's. Pretty cool stuff. You can just see the week in 60 seconds. Bond sell off. What kind of risk is out there? And then the trade. So we give a lot of trade recommendations, which is obviously very important. You can see all the stuff that we printed on the week before. We have a array of callers and strategists, which is a very, very important to understand. And we have stock callers, option callers, metals callers, short-term scalpers, long-term guys. Pretty well. I mean, look at this. One of our stock callers. He does a lot of options. I mean, look at that. I mean, these guys are just printing. It's pretty unreal. These macro markets, obviously, we look at that. If you have a link, make sure you get your referral links, because you can make 10% of money that comes in. So it's definitely very important. This is my piece. I do a weekly wisdoms piece every week. This is my own personal portfolio. And then you can look at some stuff like equities, full breakdowns. Exxon, let's see what Abe has here on Exxon on options. You can see some of his stuff there. And then other companies that he's kind of breaking down. Pretty cool breakdowns. I mean, we go into very, very in-depth stuff. So I think it's very, very useful. Microsoft, like I said, really deep breakdowns. You got MSFD, like stock now trading at a 1-year forward PE ratio of 23, which represents 20% discount to 10-year average, 27%, while growing earnings in mid-teens, plus in each of the next 3 years, while bringing the forefront of AI. I mean, this is some solid stuff. Good breakdown of data. We give you look at this. We're giving you absolute levels to get in. Buy at 380, add more at 350, spot position, tactical trade, take profits at 474, and so on. I mean, there's it's across the board. And then we have a lot of crypto stuff, obviously, Bitcoin, Solana, full breakdowns, Aster. There's some good stuff at Aster that I like right now as well. But yeah, a lot of, and then more like large scale mental stuff. So I think it's definitely very important to understand, like, this is larger. This is how you become a better investor, better trader, more mental stuff. This is good to have. So pretty good breakdown. All right, let's start looking at a couple of individual things here. I think people wanted to look at hype. Let me know what the tickers you guys want to look at. I mean, listen, I'm bullish on hype. I don't know, we've been in since this range. We've been bullish on it. We've been buying in this range. Anything below 28 was a buy for us. Um, I'm still targeting 40 to 50 in the next like month or 2 months. Um, very, very bullish on hype. One of the very unique coins in this space. What happened to TG links and WAP? Oh yeah, you get so we have a pretty big trading, obviously a very big trading community. We have let me see how I can pull up our if it pulls up on here. So it's a Telegram chat, but I wonder if I can show. Okay, let's see if I can show it here. Mm, yeah, can't really see on here. But if you click it, you basically enter into our Telegram, which has real time analysis all day, every day. We're almost 24 hours. We have obviously during American hours, we're pretty active, and Asia hours, but we have pretty good support across the board, and we're giving constant trades. So even if it's not in the newsletter, we might see something that pops out, and we'll put that trade on pretty quickly. Yes, you get kicked out once your subscription is over. Yeah, from the Telegram. Thank you, appreciate it. All right, let's look at what other tickers you guys want to look at. Let's look at Solana. I like man. I we were buying so much Solana in the 78 to 82 range. That's worked out really well. Everything is in the same world right now. We're just consolidating in this range, and man, I'm telling you, when this breaks out, it's gonna be unreal, and everyone's gonna miss it, and everyone's gonna cry that, oh, can I get one more dip? Can I get one more dip? And you're not gonna get one more dip. And the people who believed and who've been part of Weekly Wisdom and who have put the trust in and been buying at these low levels, like all these levels were buys for us, and we made that clear. And a lot of people bought in with us, and these are the people, when your grandkids ask you, what did you do when you had the dip? You said, oh, I waited for it to go lower, and the lows never came. And now your kid has to go to public school, whereas somebody else in Weekly Wisdom, they're going to private school. That's just life. So this consolidation, when it breaks out, it's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be a brutal pump. Um, so if we retest this lows again, and you get a chance to buy below these lows, yes, definitely get in. 100%. I'm gonna be loading up again. No doubt about it. Let's see what else. What else? Du- Dubai hotels getting great deals. Yeah, prices are down like 80-90%. I think the Palm Jumeirah is going for $100 a night right now. Usually it's like $800 plus. What else do we want to talk about here? What do you think? I think it's gonna end. I don't know where it ends, but we will see a break, a higher than 106 price at some point this year. I don't know if it ends there though. Could be higher, could be lower. I mean, listen. You guys have been watching me on stream. I've been bearish here. Like I'll pull up Bitcoin as well. I have been. We got bearish in this area. Not here. I'm not gonna say I was short. I was bearish at 125. Absolutely not. But this area, this is where we got bearish and we stabled up, and we've been on stream and shorted and so on. So I've been bearish from here. So 120k to 60k, I was right. 50% drop. You can't tell me there's people who got down over here and said, "Oh, we're gonna 10k." Like, come on. Like we're gonna break through all of this and go down to 10k. Get out of here! Come on, like there were people in our newsletter that were making calls like that, and we had to fire them because just they got people to short down at these low levels. While I was like, we got along like no, that's just a sign of bad understanding of the markets, charts, trades. Like that is not the way to do it. Um, It's okay to be. I mean, we could go lower. We could go lower, like I said earlier in the stream. We'll retest this 52, 53K. We're not going to 10K. It doesn't matter. Um, Even if you have a COVID type scenario, maybe we'll see 12 to 15K. Like we're talking like the worst scenario. Binance going down, another COVID. America's getting nuked out. Then maybe we'll see 10K. Maybe it might be a one touch. Maybe it'll be 10,500. Um, right now, yeah, I think it just this we just range. We do like a 59K test or something like that, and then we'll break out up top. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely targeting 80K over the next few months for sure. Just gotta manage your leverage. That's what it is at the end of the day. What else? What else do we like? What else do we want to talk about? Good. I'm glad. Definitely good to hear. Someone said my favorite Dubai hater. I think it's okay if that's what you want to do. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's more about um uh I think it's more that we have hit those lows already. And if you didn't buy then and you're like, okay, I'm gonna wait for just 2% lower, like that doesn't make sense. But if you think here you sold and you're like, listen, we'll retest this 59, 60K. Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think that's a crazy thing. Like I said, like where our next bid is going to be 63.8 and we'll see. But listen, this daily chart is a soft bull hammer here, right? Like we have not had, look at this, any soft bull hammers at the top here since this range started, right? The only we've had one bull hammer here, a weak one that made us hit 69K from 64K, and then we had this green one here that made us go back up to that same level. So I think if we close like kind of like this, like it's not too bad. Like maybe we touch 67K or maybe we touch 65.2 and push up, and then we just break out. Yeah, 72K plus. I think that's very possible. I think a lot of people long this area over the last few days, and then are getting liquidated or closing out because they're like, "Oh shit, we're gonna go lower." And I think that's where this fake out's gonna be. And the strong-minded and people who have risk managed better are gonna be able to enjoy the benefits if we pump out towards 73K. All right, let's go over Nasdaq real quick. So this is the now, there's going to be a certain amount of people that are going to say, okay, Bitcoin came down all the way here and stocks are all the way here. What happens if stocks retest this, right? I think if stocks retest this, doesn't mean that we're just going to go from 67K to 48K. We'll be under pressure. We could test like 56, 52. I think a lot of crypto has already been front run of a potential stocks move. So I think if stocks move, like if you see over the last few days, like stocks have been under pressure from here, they went down low to here, whereas crypto has just chopped in the range rather than just flat out dumping. I think we'll see more of that. I think if crypto dumps, if stocks dump right now, I think crypto will just test these local lows on the range. But when crypto pumps, I think we have a hard breakout because crypto is already down 50% plus. It's already front run the market. So for crypto to go way, way lower now, you would basically have to come down to like 20K plus on stocks, like dump all the way to 19K, like from here to here. Then yes, then 100%. Then I think you'll see 48K on Bitcoin. Absolutely. But if we dump down, say to 22K, I think we'll just test the lows on this range, like maybe around here, 58, 59K. And then when it reverses stocks, I think you'll just see a brutal push up, way more outperforming Bitcoin than you did before, 100%. Um, what else? What else questions? We went over hype already. We'll probably get some clips on that. Any other questions? I remember I'm gonna be on tomorrow as well. We have a newsletter coming on tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. with a lot of information, a lot of calls, and I'll be back on streaming. I just wanted to do like a recap of the last 2 weeks. It's one of the main reasons I decided to stream today instead of tomorrow. But I'm gonna stream today and I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow. So you'll get more up-to-date live trades tomorrow. And obviously if you're in the newsletter, you'll get all of that earlier and put your trades on. Let's see. NFT questions. Let's take a look at the NFT market. It's been a minute. It's funny. We used to have a big NFT section. Can you hear me now? When did it cut out? When did it cut out? Am I back? Let me know if I'm back. I just think I fixed it, but right at the start of NFTs. Okay. Give me 1 second. Make sure I'm not missing any calls. Okay. Okay. No, there's not much for NFTs really. I mean, you see Pudgy Penguins is under pressure because I think the biggest holder has been selling a lot of Pudgy Penguins. Good to see Only Force. Only Force up 25%. What is going on over there? Got a lot of these, a lot of Only Forces. So maybe there's something happening. Pretty awesome. Not much volume, but what else has been moving? Anything else? Do people even use Blur anymore? What is my view on ordinals? Do people even like? Is that even a thing anymore? Moonbirds came down, I guess, post TGE of the coin. Normies, I don't know what this is, but it's on 50%. Terraforms, interesting. Terraforms is up. That's like art stuff, right? Yeah, I remember the. Oh, this is cool. Oh, this is so cool. Huh. Oh, might get some. Be cool if they had physicals, like I could get to. Like I would love to just put like some of this stuff up here. Oh, I guess it moves. Wow. Okay, never mind. Probably have to be one of those like frame LED screens or something. Okay. Oh, I see. Was there a call made? I think there was a call made so if you're in the Telegram chat of Weekly Wisdom, I think one of our analysts made a call. All right. That's good. Magic Eden make 10 million from fees. Damn. That's crazy. Hey, I mean, they're a business. That's what they gotta do. Is OpenSea back? Do people care? I mean, I know nobody uses Blur, but is OpenSea back? Courtyards.io. No idea what that is. Quirkies. Oh yeah, I remember Quirkies. Oh, I heard somebody in our chat right now was talking about this thing. Oh, what the hell? I don't know what this is. All right. What else you guys want me to talk about? If not, we could do a little gambling, have a little fun. Let me know. Wait for a few minutes for any questions, and then we can have a little fun and do a little some giveaways and so on. I haven't done a gamble stream in a while. What time is it? Oh yeah, we got lots of time. I went through it already. If you guys, when the stream comes, we're gonna clip it out, so don't worry. But no, I don't think the uptrend is done. Silver and ZRO. Okay, silver. We talked about this already, but Mr. Daniel, I will go through it just for you. So my view is pretty simple on silver. One of the things, for example, jump trading, one of the biggest funds out there, largest holder of silver ETFs, silver position. I think this is what happens. I think gold is going to break back out again over the next few weeks, maybe sooner. We'll see a new high on gold, and then silver is going to slingshot to 105. That's my view. Pretty simple. Where do I bid? That's a tougher question. I think I'm going to watch gold and use gold as a proxy to bid silver. So if I see gold start pumping, silver usually has a lag on it, and I'll then long silver with obviously a bandwidth for my stop loss because silver is more volatile. If I'm just looking flat out, I would definitely bid 72 if we ever get there. Maybe throw a stink bid just in case. Same goes for gold. I have stink bids at 4,800 and 4,600. I don't think we get there, but if we do, I'll buy it there. That's my simple view. ZRO. I have no view on ZRO, honestly. Not gotta ask one of the other analysts. Maybe you. You probably know more about ZRO than me. But I have no view of ZRO at the moment. Um, Tomorrow's actually, you know what? Tomorrow's stream, I'll bring some of our analysts over, including Daniel, and we can go more. Like, I'm not a big technical analysis guy. I just do more like generic gut feeling when I look at charts. I'm more obviously macro trader, but and obviously pattern recognition trader. But Daniel and we have a couple other analysts who are phenomenal um, chart traders, and they are really good at reading charts and doing all the lines and all that. And I'll have them come on for you guys, and you guys can get a little bit better understanding. It's all the same trade. XRP H bar. It does not matter. It's all the same trade. Look, this is the range. We need this to break out. It doesn't matter what coin you're in, whether you're in Solana. Look, it's the same chart everywhere. Like, look, AVAX, Solana, DYDX. Like, oh, this is just trash. Okay, never mind. Yeah, look, Link, same. Aster. Let's see how Aster is doing. Yeah, a little bit better. I do like Aster, but yeah. I mean, it's all the same. So, oh, you know what I actually like? You like Pepe. Look, if you're bidding like a like an all-time level, like this 3.9, like this is like even here. Look, this area is kind of where you bid. Like, yeah, I broke down from this, but it's like I don't know. Like if we pump, I kind of like Pepe as a slingshot. Like what if we capture another one of like a camp? Like even if we go to like right here, that's a big return. Like that's like 40-50%. So something to be aware of. Of course, definitely good to be in. Um, Good to be in cash if you're kind of waiting. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. It's just, 16, 17 years of trading experience kind of just imprints a lot of that into you. Yes, I just went through the breakdown. I'm sure we'll clip it. If not, you guys can just watch the stream again to find it. All right. Any other questions? If not, we can have a little fun, enjoy. Um, whoops, sorry. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Well, am I gonna do? Let me see if I can. Give me 1 second. Yeah, you know what we're gonna do? I don't want to restart. That's the problem. It's asking me to restart for Yeet. Want to Yeet it? Wiz has that Daisy gut. Yes, sir. You see it there? Hey, man. We keep it real. We keep it real. Um, Trying to see. I don't have. Can't have Yeet here. Give me 1 second. Trying to think what I can do here for Yeet. Yeet it already. See a lot of LOLs. Trying to see. Uh, Wizard of Soul from Beyond. Oh, that's a good one, actually. Okay, we have an issue. I can't get Yeet going. I would have to restart my computer, so I don't want to do that right now. What um, we could do another stream. We'll just do a gamble stream maybe tonight. How about that? I think that might be much easier than doing it this way. Let me see. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a gamble street separate. And in the meantime, any other questions? If not, I'm gonna be back on stream tomorrow, and we can go through everything. Um, Somebody said check my notifications. I did, bro. I don't see anything. I don't know. Okay. Let's There's not much to do right now. Let's do a stream. Let's do a stream maybe in a few hours or later tonight, and we'll do a gamble and gaming stream. I think that'll be fun. We'll do Yeet and then we'll do Arc Raiders. But for now, let's call it. And yeah, join Weekly Wisdom. I'll be in there for I'll be in there trading the rest of the day. So we'll see you in there. I'll see you guys later for the Yeet stream. What time? I don't know. I'll tweet it out. I'll make a post for that stream. But I'll probably at like 8 o'clock something. But I'll make a EST. But I'll make a like a evening nighttime stream. But in the meantime, cheers and thank you for supporting as always.